Flosstube, and welcome back to Fairy Tales and French Knots. I'm Erin, your cross-stitching librarian host, and this is my channel about cross-stitch and maybe a few other things. So this is my fourth episode, and I'm starting to get into the swing of this. You may notice I've got a little bit different angle going on here. I've got a different light ring going, and I'm still just playing, so please bear with me. I'll do my best to show you what I've been working on and talk about, random other things. So, what's everyone been up to this week? Tell me in the comments if you want. I work at a college library, so we're getting ready for Thanksgiving break, which means there's lots of students trying to get things finished up. Of course, they're not really asking the librarians for help, so if you are a college student, or if you know a college student, or are related to a college student, tell them to talk to their librarians when they have research to do or questions to be answered, because we know stuff and we really want to share. So I'm just going to throw that out there, general advertising for college librarians while I'm up here. So in terms of needlework, what have I been doing? I have a few projects up my sleeve right now. In early December, my mother and I will be doing a craft fair, and I have a whole lot of finished jewelry box tops. So I've got probably 20 of those to try and sell. Still trying to figure out pricing because it's really hard to price things fairly, not overprice them for the market, but not undervalue your work and materials. So um, I make them for fun. I always tell people, and Lord knows I don't need, 30 jewelry boxes. So just getting rid of them is good. But at the same time, I can't give them all away. So, it'd be nice to get a couple bucks because I tend to pick up the jewelry boxes at thrift stores and yard sales and things like that. And, just a little bit of money, a little extra money for stash and framing, can't complain about that. So anyway, one of the things that I started making, and I started making these years ago for my nieces, and well, I have a nephew now too, but they're tooth fairy pillows because I had a niece whose favorite color was orange. So when it was time to get her a tooth fairy pillow or someplace to put her lost teeth, uh, I made her a little orange tooth fairy. And then her little sister, when she lost her teeth, her favorite color was purple. So I had to make a purple tooth fairy. And it really hit me that, why not make lots of these? So in the spring, when my mother and I did our first craft show, I had 3 tooth fairy pillows. I had a purple one, a blue one, and one that was yellow. And all 3 of them sold for like 9 or 10 bucks a piece. So I was really pretty pleased with that. And my mom goes, well, you need to make more tooth fairy pillows, right? I'm really tired of tooth fairy pillows. Right now, I've got this one, which is pink. Little girl in a pink outfit. And you can see the way the pillow pocket is. It's this way. So you can get your tooth or your coins in there. I finished this one, which is kind of a purpley and lime green, little, looks like little sandy colored brown hair on that one. I just started this one. He's still in his case. You can see he's just got his little blue shirt and his head, so he's coming along. And then this one I think is just adorable. This one is yellow with rainbow colored, like a variegated thread for his little leggings and his little top. And I had some extra fabric, so I made a little bow, which I sewed on. And yes, the little guy does have brown floss for his skin color, because the more I thought about it as I was making these, I thought, not only should your tooth fairy be dressed in things you like, why not have their skin and hair color look like yours too? And it's been kind of it's kind of an overwhelming project, because once you do that, it's like there are so many combinations and I can't possibly make them all. right now I've got 4 here. I have 2 more pieces of cloth cut, so I can have 6 total pretty quickly. They stitch up really fast. But I'm not going to have, it's impossible for me to have every kid represented the way they want to be. So I just kind of throw some darts out there, pick colors I like, pick fabrics that match and put them together and hope that I make a couple kids happy with tooth fairies that, look like them or look like they think their tooth fairy should look. What do I know? Maybe you're a little blonde white girl who is sure that your tooth fairy is black and loves purple, and I don't know. So I'm just having fun with it and trying not to feel like I'm leaving anyone out simply because I can't do everything, if that makes sense. So that's one project that's been going. I'll be honest. When December 5th gets here, I'm not going to make any more because I'm tired of them. I have one nephew and one niece left to lose teeth. When they're done, I'm not making any more until maybe grandkids. I don't know. But anyway, I think I'm done with tooth fairies. I have also been plugging along on the little Thanksgiving fellow. As you may remember, I had him out a couple weeks ago. This is Thanks by Mountain Forest Frameworks. And I'm stitching him on yellow fabric. So here he is. It kind of looks like his name is Hank and he has no hands right now. But he's coming along. The variegated thread is not the one called for, but I like it. And everything else is DMC. So that's coming along. Again, the tooth fairies have kind of taken over. So there's those. And I actually got mail. So excited. So a little bit of background here. My husband, his grandmother was a needleworker. She made quilts. And if you see my eyes going sideways, it's because I'm trying to see if my light ring is being reflected in my glasses and if I have to sit a different way so it's not, because I know that can be kind of distracting and weird. I personally don't like it when I watch conferences and webinars and I see nothing but light reflections in people's glasses. And it's really hard to avoid at work, but I figure this is fun time, so I have time to play around and make this work. So hopefully there's not too, there it is. There it goes. So hopefully there's not too much reflection in my glasses, but anyway. So back to my story. I'm terrible at tangents. So my husband's grandmother, needleworker, quilter to the extreme. She made beautiful, beautiful quilts. And she passed away in April of 2001. No. Yes? April of 2020. Yes. So she passed away about a year and a half ago. And all of her things had slowly been accumulating in storage units because first her husband passed away and she moved to a smaller house. Then she moved to a senior apartment. Then she moved into assisted living. And every time that happened, more and more of her belongings would end up in storage. So this past September, my husband and his siblings and his uncles were all out there cleaning out Grandma's storage units. And they found a lot of quilting and embroidery, not a lot of counted cross stitch, although she did have a ton of DMC floss, which I've now inherited, and I'm completely cool with that. They also, the uncles actually sent a bunch of her quilt squares. And some of them were partially finished. I really didn't know what to do with them. So I was on the message board at 123 Stitch, and I said, hey, anybody want all this stuff? And a very nice lady named Abby, if you're seeing this, hi! Abby said yes, she would take them. And what I thought was really cool is my husband's grandmother lived in Iowa, and so does Abby. So it's like these quilt squares found their way back to Iowa, and that's just super cool. And earlier this week, I got an email, or maybe it was last week. Anyway, I got an email from Abby saying that there was a small package on its way to me. And I thought, there's no way she's got this quilt stitched up, and I wouldn't expect her to return it anyway. Abby, if you're watching this, the quilt is yours. Please keep it, love it, do what you like with it. But anyway, I was watching the mail, and this little priority mailbox shows up, and I open it, and it's full of the most beautiful cross stitch fabric. It was so amazing. And she also sent this cute little scissor fob. So let's start. I will show off everything I got. But here's this cute scissor fob. Matches my eyes. Perfect. And then all this fabric. I have a piece of Garibaldi Needleworks 28 count Brittany Lugana in Misty Gray. It's actually a little more brown than the camera is picking up. It's like a mottled brownish gray. Very awesome. There's a piece of Fabrics by Stephanie. Nice. Pandora, which is purpley blue. Could be great for Mirabilia or some other kind of dark colored thing, even maybe a Halloween design. And that is also 28 count Lugana. There's a 28 count piece of Lugana from To Die For Fabrics in Thunder Gray. More spooky Halloween fabric. Super pretty. A piece of 28 count mixed berry Jobelin, which is kind of like, it's actually kind of like the Pandora, only lighter. So it's like, again, blues and purples, but lighter blues and purples. And a piece of 28 count cornflower Jobelin. So blues and whites. Looks gray, is definitely not gray. It's more of a blue. So, Abby, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was not expecting anything like this. I never thought you'd send that, anything, really. I was more than happy to see Grandma's materials go to people who would use them and love them. And this is just a totally awesome added bonus. So thank you. Thank you so much. I got a little bit of Happy Mail that I purchased, which is Heart and Hands Wee Santa 2021, which I love their little Santas. I actually did the Wee Santa 2010 as a birth sampler / Christmas ornament for my niece, actually the one who loves orange. She was born in December, and my sister and her husband did not find out the gender of their children before they were born. So because she was due in December, they referred to her as Kringle, like as in Kris Kringle. So I stitched her a little Santa. When she was born, I put her name and birth date on it, and I did that for all my nieces and nephews rather than big wall samplers, which not everybody wants or will keep forever. Figure a little Christmas ornament can live on the tree at Mom and Dad's house, or once they move out on their own, at their own house if they like it, and that's enough. And the other thing, totally blaming Pam over at Just Keep Stitching, I had to get the Country Spirits collection Wicked Tired from Homespun Elegance. I'm not a New Englander, but I know enough of them to know how to say that. It is not Wicked Tired. It's Wicked Tired. Kinda. I'm sorry if I've offended New Englanders. But I also have, I don't know if it matches this pattern, but it's the Santa that says Ho Ho Tired. And it makes, I think it's Ho Ho Tired. It sounds like it could be off color a bit. It's a bit blue, maybe, but not really. I think they'll look cute. Maybe they'll fit in the same frame. I'm not sure. I haven't pulled it out of my stash to see exactly what the dimensions are, because that would be cool to swap them in the same frame. That's about all I've got tonight. My husband and daughter are currently doing a production of A Christmas Story. You know, the old Red Rider, you'll shoot your eye out, leg lamp story, all that. My husband is actually the old man, which, if you've seen the movie on TV, they never actually give him a name. The only people with names are the kids and maybe the teacher. But either way, the mom and dad are just the old man and mom. They don't have first or last names. So, yes, my husband is the father, the old man from A Christmas Story. Um, should be a lot of fun. I can hardly wait to see. And my daughter, who is not quite sure she wants to be on stage, has been working as crew on with the stage manager, and they've been having a lot of fun with it. So I get a lot of evenings and weekends to myself, so I can make videos and stitch more. And speaking of stitch more, that's what I'm off to do. So I apologize for the short video, but I wanted to show off the cool things I've been working on and the absolutely beautiful gifts from Abby. So everybody have a great week, and I'll check in again soon. Bye.